Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back, everyone. Have you missed us?
Well, we should be welcoming you back.
Yeah, I was gone for a few days.
Wait, I'm eating the microphone.
Danna is always quiet.
I was told that you cannot hear me, so I literally have my face on the microphone.
Well, that might
right
be
now.
a little too close.
Well, I don't
your lips
understand
are like,
what you want me to do.
John's going to get jealous. She's making out with the microphone now.
It's a lot of action over here. So, okay, welcome back.
Yeah.
You
I'm
were
back.
gone all week long. Last week.
I was gone Tuesday through Friday. And I survived. We all survived the fall, like the busy.
We were just saying, like, so, today someone came in and we were talking about it, that this season has gone very, very quickly. Like,
Time flies when you're having fun.
I don't think that's the case in this. I just think it went quickly. I'm shocked that this week in general is the last week of October. I wonder if it's because, like, the majority of the month it felt like summer. It didn't really
so
feel
nice.
like fall.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, was it so nice?
We had a great weather.
I don't
season.
like 80 some degrees,
No.
but I don't mind the 70s. It's so pleasant.
65.
You know, some people have snow already.
Yeah. Do you know that there is this huge hurricane going on?
To Jamaica.
Yes. And it makes me so sad. Like, literally, they're like, oh, Jamaica's going to, like they're not going to recover from this. It's
So this week
bad.
we were at the World Food Fries and there were kids there from Jamaica.
Oh,
and
really?
So we were watching this hurricane and Kim was like, Mom, they're going to go home to our hurricane. So I honestly don't know what they did. If they went back.
It kept coming up because probably it will continue to now that
was a
I'm
category
talking about
5.
it. It's a category 5. And they said, like, there have been measurements of not sustained winds, but like there have been wind gusts up to like 250 miles an hour. They said it's rated as like one of the top wind gusts in a storm ever. And I was watching because like it keeps coming up in my TikTok feed, and I have a psychotic obsession with weather, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. I love, like, I will watch the weather over and over and over again.
I didn't know this about you.
Oh yeah. If you watch the 11 o'clock news, it always comes on at 11:17. I don't know why I know that, but like, so if it's like 11:15, I'm like, turn it on. It's the same forecast over and over. But I watch it every time.
We watch the weather a lot too. And I've always been in tune with the weather, but Bill watches, like, he tells me what the weather is now, so I don't really have to watch the weather.
I become obsessive. Like, I'm
That's
really
weird.
struggling because on Channel 3, Matt Wentz is on vacation.
Well,
He's on paternity leave.
He's on paternity. He's doing really fun things, by the way.
I'm sure
Matt
he
Wentz.
is. I mean, he
follow
was
him
at
on
Patterson
Instagram.
Fruit Farm, so
Yeah.
of course he was doing fun things. But he, I am severely
He is a
missing
good
him. I am missing
meteorologist.
him. Yes. But anyways, on my TikTok feed, stuff about the storm keeps coming up, and it's like people that are Americans that were there on vacation that were trying to get home. And they were like, I think after yesterday at like 3:00, they literally closed
Shut
down
down
all the
the
airports. So like, if you didn't get out by then, you have to ride out the storm. So it's just
So
scary.
now I really wonder if those kids went back.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really scary. That happened to us one time. We were in Cancun and a hurricane was coming and they knew it was going to hit Florida. It was going to be a direct hit. And friends of ours, it was when I was selling LuLaRoe, and friends of ours that sold LuLaRoe that lived, they still do, live in Florida. They had to leave early because like their kids were home alone, like while they were on this trip. So they had to get back and like help, start to prep for their house and everything. And they got one of the last flights out. It was crazy.
Like the crazy thing about, I've never endured a hurricane, nor do I ever want to, but my sister-in-law, she grew up just outside of New Orleans and her family weathered Katrina and they lost everything. They had nothing. And she said it was the scariest thing she's ever been through. And they do not take after Katrina, because she said they would talk. So, it's like, oh, another hurricane's coming. And it was like, hey, it's not really going to be anything. Like, it's okay. We're going to be fine.
Right. And that's why people didn't leave. And
right. She said she will never, because they live in Long Beach, Mississippi, which is right on the coast too. And they get a lot of warnings, like schools closed down. And she's like, we will never be the family that stays. I don't care if we leave and nothing happens.
You want to leave and nothing happens.
She's never
you hope you
going
leave
through
and
that
nothing
again.
happens. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. We, years ago, this was before we had kids, there was a hurricane that hit. We were going to Siesta Key for a vacation.
Oh yeah.
And
the white sand beaches.
Yes. We went with our cousins, with Tom's cousin and his wife. And this is, I don't even think we were married yet. And we had gone, it was Hurricane Charlie had hit, and it had hit the Gulf Coast, like right by Sarasota and Port Charlotte real badly. And we didn't know if we were going to we were just going for vacation. So we were like, oh, should we cancel? We ended up going down there, and the Siesta Key was completely fine. Thank goodness that there was some debris washed up on the beaches and stuff. But we just like, we kind of drove around a little just to see. And it's like nothing I've ever seen before. Like there's
weather is rough.
The insurance companies would like go through the houses. Oh, is it okay?
I hope so.
Okay. And they put like X's if they've searched the houses. Like it's very scary, like with spray paint. It's very scary. It's very desolate. Like, I don't know.
If you live out west, you have tornadoes. Yeah. I mean, my cousin lives in Oklahoma. Like I always think about that.
Yeah. I mean, really where we are, like we get some good snowstorms occasionally, and it's been years since we've had really bad ones. But I mean, we kind of don't have any terrible weather situations here for the most part. Like
we're blessed.
We're pretty fortunate.
Even though we did have major devastation a year ago with trees down.
We did have a lot of trees down. But can you imagine? Worse. And that was literally Cat 1 category.
Yeah, and we don't even
or F1. I should say
we're
not
like
category.
Curious. Was it even really?
No, they said it was just like straight line winds, maybe. But they did. The National Weather Service did say it was a tornado. But it was a 1. Like, and it did that much damage. Like, imagine
and flooding, like in drought. I mean, it really is. We do all this talk.
Well, like with Katrina, that was so much of the issue was flooding more so than
all the
So it's so scary. We're very
the wards
fortunate.
all flooded. Yeah, they said that was the worst part.
Yeah, so I'm hope everything goes well with them. That's super scary.
I know. Well, I did spend this week in Iowa, and I might be the only person you ever did hear that had on their bucket list to go to the World Food Prize. I have been, working in agriculture most of my life, all of my life. And so I'd been to the World Food Prize building.
To be clear, I've never heard of this.
Yeah. So
like ever.
There are a lot of world, like you've heard of the World Health Organization.
Yes.
So there are, a lot of organizations that work to fight hunger across the world. Mm-hmm. And so the World Food Prize was started by Norman Borlaug, and he basically eradicated blindness by developing wheat that helped this country avoid blindness because they were totally malnourished. And so the World Food Prize goes out to researchers, scientists, farmers, women, men, people who have definitely accomplished amazing things in their science and research area, involved in food and fighting hunger and agriculture. And so this year, the woman who won was from Brazil. And it was really interesting. She, first of all, we're there. And I was excited because Campbell got to go because she participated in the Ohio Youth Institute, which is where you pick a country, you write a paper, you identify a problem, and how are you going to solve the problem? Hers was a country in Africa, and hers was water quality and how she was going to solve it. So she and 4 other girls, they picked the top 5 papers and speeches from Ohio to go to this. And then you go to the Global Youth Institute. So there were 150 kids. That was in Iowa. And
the Global is in Iowa.
And it's part of the World Food Prize. So like the lady that won the World Food Prize, I mean, she developed basically biologicals in the soil to use less chemicals developing and raising soybeans in Brazil. Brazil is the number 1 soybean producer in the world. They have outmastered the United States in soybean production. They produce more than we do now. They export more than we do now. It's really, really rather impressive. But we did see a little bit of irony that we're giving her $500,000 to take back to Brazil for more research for the soybeans. So several of us were discussing this. But anyways, we were there with such smart people. And I mean this in the nicest of nice ways. These people, these kids, these 150 kids were like super geniuses.
So this is
a little wild,
making me laugh a little bit because like this is the difference between us. Like, so this is what your kid did this weekend.
But my kid was a fish out of water. Let's just be clear.
But I'm just saying like, so
I was telling
Joey
Olivia
played in a football game.
She could write the essay and go to this next year. What I'm so glad she was exposed to. But I don't even
know that she would have a desire.
They definitely, you might want to have a desire.
This, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like Joey played in his football game this weekend, and that's about it. Like we have no accomplishments.
Campbell's fighting world hunger,
and Campbell's fighting world hunger. So that's cool.
So what Campbell? We were laughing because our heritage, as Bill loves to ask people their heritage, is German, Irish, American. Like we look very American,
right?
And the other 4 girls that went from Ohio, we have 2 Indians. Like when I say that, like both of their parents were born in India.
So they're like first generation
They're
American.
first generation. her one new friend is, her parents are both from Japan and they're now here. We have a Middle Eastern and I can't remember what the other combination was. Anyways, these girls all speak another language.
But you have to remember, they speak another language because they had to speak another language.
Because they had to learn English.
So English is their second language. So like,
right.
If Campbell had moved, if you guys had moved to another country.
She needs to learn German and Irish.
But I'm saying she would be forced to, because as first generation, I think that you're forced to.
And I love that they speak their native language at home.
Right. That's what, like, so Tom still to this day can understand Italian. He cannot speak it, but he can understand it for the most part because it was spoken to him when he was a kid. And my father-in-law still speaks it because it was spoken to him, and that was all they spoke in their house when he was little.
And I don't know if we've had this conversation here, but like when some of these first generations are here, like their parents did not want them to speak their home language. They wanted them to speak English because English was so important to know.
Yes.
And so what I was telling these girls, I'm like, never stop speaking your native language because like that is such, and we even have friends that are from Mexico and their kids don't speak. I'm like, oh my gosh, if you can just like speak Spanish.
Well, and especially in today's world, to be able to speak Spanish and English fluently is amazing.
Now the ultimate one would be Chinese and American.
Yes, for sure.
But there were a conglomeration from China there. And I think Campbell had the most fun talking to them because they were really comparing life. And
so that is really neat.
They were talking about TikTok and they were talking about their school day. And there's one reason these kids from China are so smart. They go to school from 7:00 in the morning to 9:40 at night, every 5 days a week.
Now, let me ask you a question. If your child had the opportunity to do that, would you want that?
No, I wouldn't.
Of course
there's
not.
like multiple things, but they are so smart.
I don't doubt it, but they have nothing else.
Yeah, it definitely is. They're not allowed to date.
That's not a quality of life to me.
There's so many different things, but it was so fun for her to talk to kids her age from different countries. So there were 14 different countries. So it was just really interesting, but they knew Campbell as that's the girl that lives on a farm and has animals.
But that's neat.
Because, well, many of them have never been on a farm.
Right.
And so that was kind of the cool thing. Like they want to end world hunger. They're going to be the next, scientists and engineers who are going to be solving things.
A completely different approach to end world hunger versus a different way that Campbell might view it because she has grown up on a farm. They're looking at it as scientifically, where you might be looking at it a bit more organically, or you know what I'm saying? So it's different views towards it.
So it's very interesting. They had to give their presentations again. So they each had to give a 3-minute talk, and then they were followed by 2 minutes of questions afterwards with 3 experts in the field. So Campbell was like, Mom, the one guy has been to Malawi, Africa, like multiple times. And so that was kind of fun to meet someone who had, been to the country that she was researching. So that's kind of fun. So it was a neat week. We're glad to be back. And then the World Food Prize ceremony was nothing less than magical. It was something really neat.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. And then you came home and it was your birthday.
And then I had my birthday.
We
turned another year older.
We celebrated Kristin's birthday this weekend.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Tom drove to this little place called Little Italy in Cleveland, which is a whole stretch of Italian.
If you've ever been to Cleveland, if you haven't been to Cleveland, you should go to Little Italy when you come. But it's truly, like my in-laws grew up in Little Italy. Like it's
very authentic.
It's very authentic.
And they have this place called Corbo's, which not only do they have really good raviolis and meatballs and cavatells and like all the things that Maria talks about, all the things Tom grew up eating, but they make this thing called a cassata cake. And before I met Bill, I'd never heard of this cake.
This is mind blowing to me that like I grew up just knowing what cassata cake was.
Never heard of it. I'm like, what the heck is a cassata cake?
I could not believe that you did not know what cassata cake was.
We do Betty Crocker or Pillsbury yellow cake mixes in the country.
I could never.
Or from scratch.
But like to not know what a cassata cake was is crazy.
I never had any Italian friends.
So where I grew up, everyone was Italian.
Actually, that's not true. We have these twins, and this is Vincent and Frank Saravello. I wonder what you're doing these days.
They are definitely
They were Italian, and their dad
100%.
looks like he probably was from Italy.
Yeah.
Actually, Vincent is the one in the 3rd grade. This is like bringing back memories. That, we had a long corded phone when I was in 3rd grade, and Vincent Saravello, I really do wonder what they're doing. This is not like a name that has come up in my thought process. Asked me if I would go with him.
Oh.
And so on the phone, he
Did
called
your
the
mom
house.
used to say, now that you just said that, that just brought back memories for me. Like now kids will say that they're talking And we used to say, "Will you not go out? Will you go with
me?"
Yes.
And my mom,
I forgot
so
that.
I
And my
said,
mom would say, "Go where?"
Yeah.
She
so
thought
my
she was
mom,
funny. Yeah.
Jane said, so I put him on hold, which was like put him on the shoulder.
Yes.
Mom, he wants me to go with him. And so my mom said, ask him where he wants to go.
That was
so
totally
I said,
what my mom did.
Where do you want to go? And he hung up on me.
That
was the end of that.
That was the end of that.
I don't think he ever talked to me again.
That
And they
wasn't-
moved schools before we graduated.
Really funny, but I can promise you they were
I can tell you the
Italian.
house they lived in.
Yeah, they were definitely Italian.
Interesting. Okay, well that triggered a thought I haven't heard of. Oh my goodness. So funny. So anyways, I had a wonderful birthday. He got me a birthday cake. We had a delicious random baked potato bar and sausages.
Sausage taste testing.
Yeah. So it was a wonderful night, and I got some delightful birthday gifts, and it was wonderful. I got lots of thank you everyone who wished me a happy birthday. It was very nice.
That is nice.
It was very nice when people wish you happy birthday that you don't talk to in a long time.
Yeah,
So.
it's always nice to I know,
And you got me a chappy wrap.
I did.
You have to talk about this.
So I don't really know what it is, but it's a blanket, guys. I don't
a
know
brand
that
of a
it's
blanket.
anything better than a blanket, but it's a nice blanket. But
it is very nice. It's very expensive. That was
is
very
very
nice.
expensive.
So
Which-
look it up, the chappy wrap. I discovered this company.
She's been talking about it forever, so I was
Well,
like,
I've been wanting to
my
get
God,
one
I'll
for
buy
someone.
a darn one, but they are very nice. I am not going to discount that, but I'm like, I thought it was a lot of money for what it was.
It is, but I've slept with it every night, and I wore it to the band concert tonight.
That is
the
what-
marching band
yeah,
concert.
it's supposed to be able to be
It was
worn
very
like as a
warm.
shawl.
No,
or
I'm
like,
not taking it that far, but
I
to the
think
football
it's
game
too big
concert,
for that.
I
It would
did.
be perfect for football games and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
great for the band concert.
Yeah,
Which
I
was
agree.
tonight. And that was our last marching band concert. And that was the last time that Campbell will be on the field. What are you laughing at?
All right, you guys, I'm going to talk about something that is
There's a
so
poop emoji on your
inappropriate right
computer.
now.
Is this from Olivia?
So
She's supposed
Olivia
to be
has
practicing
been-
with Campbell and her flute.
Olivia's
Breaking news.
been
We have an
having-
audition tomorrow.
Yes, Olivia's been having a little bit of some tummy problems the last few days where she couldn't go. And so I gave her a pill today, and it may have been a little too much.
You were aggressive?
I was a little aggressively treating, and I may have drugged my child inadvertently. And she just texted that I don't know if I can go to school. I am criminally ill.
Again?
Yes.
Well, she did eat rice. All that cheeseburger
But
fried
rice
rice.
isn't that like...
No, I feel like rice goes through
Brad.
you.
Bananas, rice, apples, toast. It's supposed to bind you up. That's what she needs to be.
But I think you gave her all that stuff, and this was like the sauce and the
this did
hamburger.
not help. This did
and
not
this
help.
was not
And she
like-
hadn't eaten all day.
If she
and
would
went
eaten
to
just the rice,
town.
it was
Yeah.
probably fine.
Yeah. So
Well-
we'll find out.
Well, she had to come home from school.
She did. She had a really bad stomach ache because she was not able to go, and now she has that.
And now we've talked about Olivia's poop.
She's
This
gonna
is great.
kill me.
She's not actually going to kill you. She talked about it at the market very loudly.
Yeah.
There's nothing that we're very open.
We're
in this
very
family.
open. Our family is very open. It's who we are. To know us is to love us.
That's for sure.
These are our quirks.
My husband loves to talk about this.
No, it makes honestly, I have never seen a man get so uncomfortable so quickly.
He does not like to talk about his private businesses.
Nope.
He's probably right now cringing.
He's dying
He's
that
like,
this
what is she
conversation
going to
is taking
say?
place.
And Tom's like, can you talk about me? I want you to talk about me.
Oh, he's making me nuts. Who are you kidding?
Oh, my husband, I do have to say my husband is very thoughtful, and he and Campbell came up with a very clever idea of how to not wrap your gifts. Husbands,
This
listen.
is genius,
Wives,
by the way.
listen.
This is genius.
So Campbell and I are very similar in we are our same shoe size, our regular size clothes, like all the things. So we look at it, and so does Bill, 2 for the price of 1. Like if
everything
we can
is
both wear it,
50% off.
we can get double. So anyway, yesterday I knew I got those jeans that we've talked about a million times. So all of a sudden Campbell disappears, but I frankly didn't know she disappeared. And she comes walking down, and if you know Campbell, next time watch how she walks. Like she has a little saunter. Like she has this like little way that she walks, and she comes strutting down, and I'm like, you're wearing my pants. Cause that's what I noticed first. And I'm like, wait a second, you're wearing all my birthday gifts. So I got a new pair of these shoes that I love, duck feet. She was wearing those, and she was wearing a vest, like hoodie, Cotopaxi, because I ruined the one Danna got me. She was wearing
that thing
it all.
was like probably 4 years old though. So I feel
It was, and
like
I'm still
you
gonna wear it in the
got your
barn.
money's worth out of it.
So Campbell was she walked down in all my birthday gifts. It was kind of nice. It was very clever, I thought. So
Bill had told me in the morning, he said, this is what we're going to do. He was like excited. It was
very clever.
Good idea. I have to give credit.
Because I'm like, man, our outfit looks really cute. It actually almost all went together.
It was meant to be for you.
It was very nice.
I love it. I'm glad you had a good birthday because it was like a busy day at the market. So,
but you know what would have been worse?
A slow day
at the market.
Yeah.
That would have been bad. I would have had to return all my birthday gifts.
This is true. So
listen, I'm on a mission to sell lots of cider slushies because we got the cider slushie machine. But I will say, if you have bought an caramel apple cider slushie at Patterson Fruit Farm, thank you, because there's been a real movement.
Like, honestly, do you even understand? People are coming in and they're like,
people drove from Pennsylvania.
So far.
They saw it on Instagram.
Saw this and I had to come. Or then like you'll see one person walking around and they're like, what is that
and
that person
we have to
has?
have that thing.
Yeah, we've really started a whole
I feel like our
thing.
marketing game has been good, but really the real advertising happens at the market.
It's true.
People
it's
just
true.
see it. They have to have it.
100%. People like, yeah, it's.
And I can make it in my sleep.
Yeah, me too.
My hand is going to be arthritic because of squeezing the caramel bottle.
Probably. And people keep throwing away the caramel bottles.
But today I told her to because we have those 4 new ones.
Right,
so I did tell her today. We could talk all day about the crazy things and it just stopped recording us.
Okay. I guess we're done if you're still watching us.